From the Albuquerque Journal, this is the leading news. I'm Gino Gutierrez. It's Tuesday, June 2nd. Here's what we're covering on today's episode. A New Mexico House Truth-Finding Commission investigating sexual abuse allegations tied to Jeffrey Epstein's Zorro Ranch issued 14 subpoenas on Monday and heard emotional testimony from survivors and family members that are seeking accountability. Among those who spoke was Rachel Benavidez, who said Epstein sexually abused her after she was hired as a massage therapist at the ranch. Relatives of the late Virginia Guffrey also urged New Mexico officials to pursue justice and follow investigative leads. Lawmakers said any criminal prosecutions would be handled by the New Mexico Department of Justice, which reopened its Zorro Ranch investigation earlier this year. The commission pledged to build a public record and identify those responsible once legal standards are met. Subpoenas were issued to numerous state and federal agencies, including the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the U.S. Department of Justice, the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office, 2 banks, the Epstein estate, and other institutions that were connected to the ranch. New Mexico voters are headed to the polls today in a high-stakes primary election marked by strong early turnout and the state's first semi-open primary system. More than 181,000 voters have already cast ballots through early or absentee voting, including over 18,000 independents who can now choose a Democratic or Republican primary ballot without changing party affiliation. Democrats are turning out at especially high rates, driven in part by the competitive gubernatorial primary between Deb Haaland and Sam Bregman. Republicans are choosing among Greg Hall, Doug Turner, and Duke Rodriguez. All statewide offices, New Mexico's 3 U.S. House seats, and the U.S. Senate seat held by Ben Ray Lujan are also on the ballot. The governor's race is open because Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham cannot seek a third consecutive term. Meanwhile, a legal dispute over state GOP leadership has added turmoil to the Republican Party ahead of Election Day. A federal judge in New Mexico has temporarily protected the immigration status of Martin Enticho Ome Atigo, a newly ordained priest known as Father Martin, whose work authorization was set to expire just days before his ordination in Santa Fe. The Archdiocese of Santa Fe argued that losing Father Martin would harm parishioners and strain clergy resources, while its application for an R1 religious workers visa remains stalled. The priest, who entered the U.S. on a student visa, earned a theology degree and was ordained on May 23rd. Chief U.S. District Judge Kenneth Gonzalez granted a 14-day temporary restraining order, finding the Archdiocese is likely to succeed in its claim that delays by U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services may interfere with its First Amendment right to employ its chosen minister. The ruling preserves Father Martin's ability to work while the visa dispute continues, though the court has not yet decided the broader constitutional issues raised by the case. And the Albuquerque Journal has named James Bennett as managing editor following the resignation of J. Newton Small, who stepped down Monday as executive editor and vice president of news. Bennett joined the Journal in April from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution and brings decades of newsroom leadership experience. During his career, he has led 4 newspapers in 4 states to Newspaper of the Year honors and previously held senior sports editing roles in Arizona. Publisher Bill Lang praised Bennett's experience and said the leadership transition will be smooth. He also credited Newton Small, who joined the Journal in 2024, after a career with major national outlets including Time and Bloomberg News, for advancing the paper's journalism and digital offerings. The leadership change comes as the Albuquerque Journal celebrates its 100th anniversary under Lang family ownership, making it one of the few metropolitan newspapers in the United States that's still owned by a local family. The leading news is powered by the journalism of the Albuquerque Journal. If you enjoy hearing all of the stories we share with you here daily, please consider becoming a digital subscriber to the Journal by utilizing the discount code in our show notes. Every subscription helps support local journalism and allows us to provide you with the news that matters to you. Now taking a look at Albuquerque's weather forecast. Today you can expect scattered showers and thunderstorms mainly after 3 p.m., partly sunny with a high near 91. As for this evening, isolated showers and thunderstorms are expected before midnight, mostly cloudy, with a low around 59. The Journal also invites you to join our live primary election coverage tonight at 7 p.m. We'll be covering all things regarding the election, results from around the state, polling trends, updates from campaign headquarters, and results. Be sure to tune in on the Journal's YouTube page or on our social media platforms. That's the leading news. I'm Gino Gutierrez. We'll be back tomorrow.